Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of The Extra Mile with Whitewater Freight. I'm William Butchkai. That is my dog Cat floating in air or wherever she's at right now. And she's going to be with us, I guess, for a little bit tonight. And so this episode, we just sent out a newsletter, and I tried not to get long-winded about it because, I don't want to interrupt anybody in the middle of the day. I'm going to try not to be long-winded here. But we touched on something, one of my favorite things. It's a book called Atomic Habits by James Clear, and it is an amazing book. Before we get into it, though, I want to talk about this idea of um, work life and home life, or work life and personal life, or work life and personal life and personal life and church life, or whatever kind of compartmentalizations that you use. We tend to have these ideas that we have these different sections of our lives, that we make more sense of things, dividing them up. But the reality is, it's all life. It's just like kind of one big soup. I mean, if we flavor it with salt, it's going to be more salty. If we flavor it with spice, it's going to be more spicy. And the thing that's very beautiful about that, which I don't know at what point in time I tended to just embrace and run with, is that when we add value to one area of our life, no matter whatever area it is, whether it's work life, we add value to our work life, that adds value to our personal life, and so on and so forth, and vice versa. In this way, rather than these two areas competing against each other, dreading, I gotta work, I gotta do this, I gotta do this, we can integrate these sections of our lives to where they're benefiting each other and working synergistically. And that's one of the things I love studying about business, because I know whatever I study about business is going to help me in my personal life. So that's my spiel there before we kind of get into this. So I'm talking about James Clear and Atomic Habits. And just one, maybe two, we'll see. But one of the quotes that I absolutely love from this book, it goes, "We don't rise to the level of our goals. We fall to the level of our systems." Okay? So let's break that down. We don't rise to the level of our goals. Let's say that I have a goal of this extra mile, hitting 100,000 people and affecting 100,000 people's lives, and along with, we're becoming a better and better logistics firm, providing more and more service and touching more people's lives. Like, I have this big, hairy, audacious goal. Cool. Lots of people have goals. We all have goals that we want to do. It's the systems that get us to those goals. So we don't rise to the level of our goals. We don't rise to that, hey, I want to do this thing. We fall to the level of our systems. And that can be very good, and that can be very bad. And that's why systems, which are just little tiny habits, placed together and together and together, are such a beautiful thing, because it's setting up, like, I'm going to do this, and this. In our work environment, we have so many different systems. We have, every department has a different system that they work with, and it's just a different set of operating instructions. And then we continue to tweak those operating instructions until we can find something better, and find something better, and tweak and tweak and tweak. That's what systems are there for. Me in my personal life, and these are so silly, but they work for me so well. So our bathroom has one of those automatic lights, motion detector lights. And so I shower, and it's not quite long enough for this motion detector. So I get in the shower, and it's like I got about 2 minutes left, minute and a half left, and all of a sudden lights go out. I'm like, bummer. So what I started to do is I just started to turn it on manually. The problem would be, and then I would forget, that I turned the light switch on manually, and then, I'm going to bed. I'm like, why is the bathroom light still on? Oh, that's right. So what I did was I created a little system and a little check and balance and cue and response and all that stuff. Um, and so I took my moisturizing cream, which I'm 45. You gotta moisturize. You gotta moisturize. You gotta get exercise, and you gotta get sleep. So take my moisturizer and I put it in the sink. That way, when I get out of the shower, I see the moisturizer. I have to take it out of the sink, and that's my cue to turn the automatic light back from on to automatic. There's all sorts of systems that we can set up for ourselves when we start realizing that, oh, if I have a goal, just because I have this goal does not mean I'm going to achieve this goal. I will need a system for this. Another personal area that I have set up, if I want to remember anything, again, I'm 45. So if I want to remember something, and my teens were like hella years, if I want to remember something, if I got a piece of mail that needs to go someplace, I will take it out and I will put it in the door and just kind of shut it in the door. And that way I know when I walk out of that door, I've got to grab that piece of mail and it's going to be right there. That's going to be my reminder right there. Or I'll put it in my car, or I'll put something in front of me that is my indicator that this needs to be done. Now, tell me that these aren't beautiful areas that we can apply to both work life, personal life, or anything that you're involved with. Habits are an amazing thing. We're always creating them. We're creating bad ones, and sometimes we're not focusing on creating good ones. So Atomic Habits, James Clear, highly, highly recommend the book. If you don't like reading, get the audio book. Do it while you're working out. Do it while you're taking a walk. Do it while you're cleaning the house. Do it while you're working if your boss doesn't mind or something like that. But just do it, because once you start developing these habits, then you'll see them start to pay off in rewards. And I think that that's one of the biggest things that we can take away from all of this stuff. I mean, we're not here to just work. We're, here to live. And finding out the best things that we can do to help all those areas is kind of awesome. Another quote that I'm going to go from the book, because I said one or two. Another quote that I like is, you shouldn't be so concerned with your current results, but your current trajectory. Now this is a very good one that I like to pay attention to, because a lot of people, when they think they're winning, if you're winning and you're doing good and everything's going great, but you're not focusing on your trajectory. Now you can be celebrating up here, but in reality, your trajectory is saying something completely different. There's the old adage that I've read in every single possible book that I've read. But if you start in a flight from LA going to Boston, Massachusetts, and it's off by even a half of a degree, by the time you get to the East Coast, you can be in New York. So if your trajectory is off, you have no idea where you're going to end up. And that's why checking your systems to make sure that they are in line with what you're wanting to do, whatever it is that you're wanting to do. Hopefully you have many goals and ambitions. But checking your systems are in line with what you want to do and they're paying off in dividends, that's one of the things that can help you not just focus on where you're at and the current results, but it also makes the process fun as well. When you can enjoy the process of things, then you're not so focused on waiting on the results and waiting on the results and waiting on the results and getting disheartened and discouraged. Focusing on the process and the enjoyment in the process kind of helps that go a long way. So that was a third point that didn't mean to add. And it looks like what the heck? Come here. All right. So you guys see her quite a bit. This is Cat, my dog. And she is my little therapy baby. And she is my little fluffy albino Ewok. And she is like my lifeline. And so that's why she's in my emails a lot. And she's wild and goofy and silly. And right now she's pretty relaxed. So this is Kat, and Kat's saying, like, get your systems in check and build habits. And till next time, you guys enjoy the extra mile. So we'll see you soon. Bye.